It's time to replace you. She said it loudly, in front of everyone, under the Christmas lights, holding a glass of wine, smiling, and then she added, "You're useless." The music stopped. The room went quiet. My husband froze. His coworkers stared, and I stood there, holding a tray of drinks, feeling my heart break. But that night, she thought she humiliated me. She didn't know I was about to change everything. My name is Emma. I've been married to Ryan for 3 years. From the outside, our life looks perfect. Nice house, stable job, holiday dinners with family. But there's one problem. My mother-in-law, Linda. Clear. I was not good enough. Not pretty enough. Not rich enough. Not classy enough. She wanted Ryan to marry someone powerful, someone wealthy, someone impressive. And I was a school teacher. Simple, calm, not flashy. And in her eyes that meant worthless. Linda never missed a chance to insult me. At birthdays, at family dinners, even on my wedding day. She once told a guest, "Emma is sweet, but sweetness doesn't build empires." I heard it. I smiled anyway, because I loved Ryan. That's just how she is. But words matter, and they build up, slowly, like pressure inside a bottle. And Christmas night, the bottle exploded. Every year, Linda hosts a huge Christmas party. Big house, fancy decorations, important guests. Ryan works at a growing tech company, and this year his boss and coworkers were invited. Linda saw this as her stage, her spotlight moment. She wore a sparkling red dress, perfect makeup, perfect smile. And I arrived in a simple green dress. Nothing dramatic, just me. Before the guests arrived, she walked up to me in the kitchen. "You could have tried harder," she said, looking at my outfit. "It's Christmas, not a school meeting." Again, to pee, because I was tired of fighting. The party was loud and cheerful. People laughing, glasses clinking, Christmas songs playing softly. I was helping serve drinks. Ryan was talking to his boss. Everything seemed fine, until Linda tapped her glass with a spoon. Ting, ting, ting. The room slowly quieted. She stood in the center of the living room. "I want to say something special tonight," she announced. She smiled at Ryan. "My son deserves the best in life." Everyone nodded politely. Then her eyes shifted to me. "And sometimes," she continued, "we realize mistakes were made." My stomach dropped. Ryan looked confused. Linda took a sip of wine. "And when something isn't working," she said dramatically, "it's time to replace it." Soft laughter from a few guests. They thought it was a joke. She pointed her glass slightly toward me. "You're useless." Silence. Complete silence. I felt like the air disappeared. Ryan whispered, "Mom, what are you doing?" But she kept smiling. "As a wife, you add nothing. No business connections. No influence. No status." My hands were shaking. Everyone was watching, waiting for me to cry, to run, to break. Linda always believed I had no value, because I didn't talk about money, because I didn't show off, because I didn't brag. But what she never knew, the small school where I worked, I wasn't just a teacher. 2 years ago, I invested my savings into an educational app idea with a former college friend. We built it slowly, quietly. Late nights, early mornings, no attention, no announcements. Last month, a major company bought 40% of our app, for millions. My name was on the contract, but I never told Linda, because I didn't need her approval, need to compete. Until now. My heart was racing, but something inside me shifted. Instead of crying, I stepped forward. I placed the tray down, and I smiled. "You're right," I said calmly. The room tensed. Linda looked surprised. "I'm not useful," I continued. "Not in the way you measure value." She laughed softly, thinking I was admitting defeat. But then I added, "I don't bring business connections, I build them." People exchanged glances. "I don't add status," I continued. "I create opportunities." Linda's smile faded slightly. Ryan stared at me, confused but listening. "And as for being replaceable," I said softly, "that depends on who's doing the replacing." The room felt heavy. One of Ryan's coworkers whispered, "What is she talking about?" I reached into my purse and pulled out my phone. I opened a business news article and mirrored it to the big TV screen in the living room. The headline appeared: "Local educational startup sells major stake for multi-million-dollar deal." My name was there. Clear. Bold. Founder Emma Carter. Gasps filled the room. Linda stepped closer to the TV, her face pale. That's you?" she whispered. "One." Ryan's boss suddenly looked very interested. "You're the founder?" he asked. "Yes." He smiled slowly. "I've heard about this app. My niece uses it." The energy in the room completely changed, from pity to respect. Linda's grip on her wine glass tightened. Linda tried to laugh it off. "Well, money isn't everything." I looked at her calmly. "You're right, respect is." The words landed harder than any insult. Ryan finally stepped forward. "Mom," he said firmly, "you crossed the line." She looked shocked. "You're choosing her over your family?" Ryan didn't hesitate. "She is my family." The room felt electric. Linda's power, the control she loved, was slipping, and everyone could see it. Then Ryan's boss spoke again. "Emma," he said, "we're expanding our educational outreach division next year. We need strong partners." He glanced at Ryan. "And I think we've been underestimating your household." Light laughter filled the room, but this time, it wasn't at me, it was with me. Linda stood there, speechless. For years she tried to convince everyone I brought nothing to the table. Tonight, the table turned. I walked up to Linda, not angry, not yelling, just calm. "You don't need to replace me," I said softly, "because I was never competing with you." Her eyes filled with something unfamiliar. Doubt. "I married Ryan because I love him," I continued, "not because of money." I paused. "But if you ever call me useless again." The room went quiet. "I won't stay silent." Not a threat. A promise. That Christmas night, I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I didn't insult her back. I did something more powerful. I revealed the truth. And sometimes, the best revenge isn't destroying someone. It's showing them they were wrong about you all along. Linda wanted to replace me. But that night, she realized something. You can't replace someone who built their own value. And under those Christmas lights, for the first time, she saw me clearly. If you enjoyed this story, comment below. What would you have done in my place? Never let someone else define your worth.